My name is Gennike. I'm the Communications Officer at the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies. My BA was in French major, Spanish minor, and that came about because I really had a passion for languages. That was pretty much the thing I was best at in high school, so it just seemed obvious to pursue that as my first degree. I did that at UB, St. Augustine campus, and coming out of that there was an opportunity to further my studies abroad in France. I did not pursue the option to go to metropolitan France. I stayed instead in the French-speaking islands, and I was able to do my master's in communications in Guadeloupe. Following that, when I had enough of being outside of Trinidad, I came back here and I did a postgraduate diploma in interpreting, again at UB St. Augustine. So all in the languages communication field. That's my passion, that's what I'm good at, and that's what I've been doing for pretty much all my life. There are a few ways. Again, I'm fortunate within my office to work with professionals in different fields. And although they may not be communication specialists themselves, they bring so much knowledge and experience to what they do, including communicating on it. So just brainstorming with them, bouncing off ideas. I get a lot of knowledge from them through networking. I try to network as much as possible with other communicators. While I don't have a lot of time to go to meetings, there are a lot of professional associations around, and while I'm not an official member of any of them, I do try to meet with some of these people and get a sense of what's going on. Again, know yourself, know your product or your service that you're selling or that you're trying to communicate on. Get out of the office. There's only so much networking that goes on within the walls of an office. Cultural events, conferences, things happening within your country, things even happening in the region are good places to meet people and also to observe new trends. Something really funny that I used to do when I was at university, because I was always looking for opportunities. I used to walk around with, back in those days it was a diskette, now it's a flash drive. But walk around with your resume, with your CV on a flash drive. You never know who you might meet. And it happened to me a few times back when I was in university, that I met people and I was able to put the disk in or hand it over and give them my CV on the spot. So I don't know how I came up with that one at the time, but I always had my diskette with my CV. And every job that I've had, and I've worked most of my life for an employer, every job has come pretty much through those means. There are some moments, some periods that can be stressful, again, due to the nature of the organization, particularly in the Caribbean, where we have a lot of natural disasters that we deal with, but there are other vulnerabilities that we face, and which would call on us as an organization to respond and to help people. So naturally, by extension, there are some stressful periods. The recent earthquake in Haiti is one of those periods. In the hours after we got the news about the earthquake, I volunteered essentially to be dispatched to Haiti, because I'm the communications officer that's nearest to Haiti. Essentially, my duties at that time were to get to Haiti as soon as possible as part of what we call the FACT team, the Field Assessment and Coordination team. It's basically the first team that gets in to assess the situation. It has changed me. I was very much affected seeing people so wounded, especially kids. Just seeing little children, babies in arms with wounded gashes to the head. and just looking at them and seeing how brave they were. You know, many times you had parents who were pretty okay, nothing had happened to them physically, but they're holding these children who were just, you know, really badly wounded, who had to be amputated. One thing, living in a disaster situation, because yes, we're there working, but we're living, we're part of this experience, living in very difficult conditions, just made me realize really that all the material luxuries that you have can really be taken away in the blink of an eye. And at that point in time, what is left and what really matters is, again, your interaction with people. Because in disaster, you're just like anybody else. Really, you're in need of food, you're in need of medical care, you're in need of water, you're in need of support, psychological support, you're in need of a hug, a smile here and there, and we're all the same. Well, I have quite a few mentors over the years. My very first mentor was Claudia Pegas, the designer, well-known fashion designer in Trinidad. I worked with her as an adolescent. What I admire most about her is her perfectionist nature. She is just really a perfectionist, and sewing buttons and hems with Claudia Pegas was a really good finishing school. Coming out of that experience, as I said, it's just the notion of striving for perfection and attaining it and maintaining it, and something that I've always kept with me. Ed Fung is another mentor of mine. He was my boss at ADM Television, Channel 4 back in the day when I worked there. He's still around. He is like the consummate broadcaster. He's been in broadcasting for practically all his life. From him, you know, I learned quality of persistence. He was always very, very persistent and pushed us to be very persevering and persistent in whatever we set out to do. So no matter how many times I am told no, I will continue to persist on getting until I get a yes. It's useful, very useful, because you get told no many times, but I never take that personally or take it in a negative way. I just take it to mean that no, I can't right now. So which means it gives me an opportunity to go back at whoever I'm requesting something from, so that they have the opportunity to say yes on another occasion. Another mentor, Julian Rogers, again another very well-known regional broadcaster, who I think is best known for working on the fly. I mean, he just pulls stuff out of a hat on the spur of the moment, and really admired that ability to just go on regardless of what's happening around you. You know, just find a solution on the spot. It kind of goes with the territory. You have to be able to just very quickly find solutions. It may not be the best thing at the time, but it's something that's going to get you out of whatever problem is staring you in the face. I very recently got word on a new position that has opened up in Haiti, and as of June 1st, I will be on mission there for 6 months as the communications delegate. It's a sort of extension of what I was doing there during the disaster operation. One of the reasons why I'm going back to Haiti was a vacancy that came up and I applied for, because having been in Haiti for 2 weeks, I really felt like I had added value over there. I thoroughly enjoy my job based here in Port of Spain, but because of my language skills and my particular skill set, I felt that I really had a much greater contribution to make by going back to Haiti. So I'm really looking forward to going back there and pursuing what I had started. I feel as if I'll be, you know, continuing unfinished business. This is it right here. In any disaster, there's always hope. Red Cross works all around the world to help the most vulnerable. So for me, my personal engagement in my job basically is because I want to help the most vulnerable people. That's my mission. And at the end of the day, I go home every day knowing that everything I've done, the smallest thing, the most challenging thing, anything I've done, really contributes to that greater effort to help the most vulnerable people. I sleep very well at night.